Let's try that again. Only two people here, so not that big of an error. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Thursday Night Rundown. It's been a long week. We got a lot to talk about. Yes, I know. Sorry, guys. I'm an idiot. We know this by now. But yeah, here it is. Ready for a good stream. A lot of fun stuff to talk about. Hope you all are doing well. We got a good show for you tonight. I have a late kind of a rival guest. Justin is lost, will be joining us. I didn't think he was going to be able to make it, but he will be here shortly. So we will be talking about some really fun things later on. Looks like we got a couple people in the chat. I want to say hey to everybody. We got Keely Chow. Hope you're doing well. A backyard farmer. Hey, listen, guys, look, a backyard farmer. You got to check out his channel. You can drop the link in the chat, my friend. I definitely recommend you going over to his channel, especially if you want to know more about sustainability, raising your own chickens, things a lot. Great guy, supports my stuff, and watching his videos and stuff. Very informative. I've learned a lot of things. But yeah, I definitely recommend you checking out his channel. I'll put the link in here shortly once I get caught up with everybody. But again, go check him out. Go subscribe. Watch his videos. You can't. And his setup, man, is unreal. For someone just starting and doing stuff, I envy your setup, my friend. So I'm glad you're here, and I hope you're doing well. What's up, Bobby? Hope you're. Yeah, I know, no audio. I'm a dope, but it is what it is. Uh, like I said, I was getting everything set up, and yeah, it's gonna boomer it. That's gonna be me. Scott Davis, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. I don't know if you've been hearing the leaks on what's going on with Indiana Jones. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you're not that excited about it, brother. So I hope they're not true, but it looks like it's gonna be a crap show. Vader Fanatic, my friend. Hope you're doing well, bud. It's been a while. Hope you are doing okay. Got Cajun Corey in the house. Hope you're doing well too. Like I said, it's almost Friday, guys. It's almost Friday. And we have a lot to talk about. A couple of the topics for tonight. I didn't get to, obviously, I can't include them all into the title, but the Bud Light fiasco, we're going to talk about some updates there and how it is burning into the ground and this thing is taking off. We obviously, it's June 1st, so you know what that means. All these companies are changing everything to the pride flag, and even though I feel like it's Pride Month every day, it's like Pride Year at this point. But it is what it is. That's the new thing. Well, like I said, we're going to talk about that here very, very shortly. A lot of breaking news right now with Elon Musk and Twitter. If you don't, if you're not caught up, I will absolutely catch you up. Personally, like a lot of us have said, he's not the messiah that a lot of people think he is. And as we could see what's going on, it looks like he is trying to rectify a lot of the stuff that's going on right now. But still, nonetheless, I think he is not what he claims. But anyway, we will get to that. And then the first thing I want to talk about tonight to kind of get out of the way and just kind of go over are some of the movie things that are going on. A lot of not that much movie news as of late. Nothing that I thought really is worth covering. I know the Little Mermaid's out. I hope you guys I'm sure you guys ran to see it by now. I have a new clip that I'm going to be playing here in just a minute of what they released for, I guess, to entice people to come to the theaters to see this. And oh my God, it sounds like someone eating glass. It is just absolutely atrocious. So we will be able to make fun and laugh at that in just a second. And then, like I said, we have a couple other topics to talk about, especially movie wise. I know the new Miles Morales movie is coming out, or the Spider-Verse is out. Personally, I'm not going to go see it. I liked the first one. I really did. And I have no problem with the whole multiple Spider-Man things. To me, there's only one Spider-Man, Peter Parker. That's Spider-Man. Miles Morales is just a Spider-Man variant. People who argue that online, just grow up. Like, it doesn't matter if someone, who cares? Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. It's a cartoon. The world's burning and we're fighting over who's Spider-Man. But yeah, like I said, that movie is going to completely kill The Little Mermaid, because I think it's going to do well at the box office nonetheless. Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So it says, Bobby says, looks like Hasbro, a toy company, is joining the Bud Light and bandwagon, selling Pride shirts on their websites now. Well, and yeah, that's literally everybody is doing this right now. You can go through the line. I saw BMW like Twitter profiles. You could see like the US, Canada, certain other countries all have the Pride flag, except for certain, BMW Middle Eastern Twitter accounts. They didn't change it. I wonder why. But yeah, they're all doing it. All these companies are doing it. And again, I just want to be very, very clear about Pride. Like, I have no problem with anybody who is lesbian, gay, right? None of that stuff bothers me. If you're an adult, and like I said, in my last video that I did, I've worked with people who are gay. One of my closest friends growing up turned out to be lesbian. I mean, it was, at the time, I thought it was just tomboyish, right? But then growing up and seeing that she's lesbian, it wasn't a surprise. Still love her to death. One of my best friends growing up introduced me to so much cool stuff, and culturally introduced me to things that I never would have been exposed to if we weren't friends. So I have no problem with anybody who lives that lifestyle or does that, right? I don't think most of us normal people care. I don't care. Live, let live. Do what you want. But it's that line in the sand, right? When, like, with the Target things and how they're advocating for children and all that nonsense, that's where it is. And like I said, I want to go a little bit more in depth about that stuff when Justin's on, because he's got some really good takes, and I think it'd be a really good conversation to have with him. So let's see. What's up, Gap After Dark? Hope you're doing well. Scott says, I haven't heard or listened to any of the plot leaks regarding Indiana Jones, but I know it had a less than enthusiastic response. Sadness. Yes, and I already knew that this movie was going to be atrocious. It's gonna bomb. It's not gonna do well. They're gonna need word of mouth to make do on this and make their money back. It's just not gonna happen. I've heard all the bad stuff with Phoebe Waller Bridge, whatever the hell her name is, and how she just talks down to Indy and all that nonsense. So yeah, it's going to be a dumpster fire. I have no plans to see it. I'm probably not going to do a review on it. So I hope you're not looking forward to that, because I don't want to spend my money or time going to see that shit show. Cajun Corey says, where's your Pride logo? No, never. Again, nothing wrong with it. Like Seinfeld. And not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not for me. Speaking of Seinfeld, what's up, Flaccid? Hope you guys are doing well. Big Seinfeld fans here. We still have to do a stream of that. And yes, I was listening to you guys. I think it was yesterday. Pretty sure you guys did a stream. I am 100% down for doing that. So as I've talked about before, we've talked about doing a stream or recorded video sessions of like amazing or overrated certain movies that really have been huge in pop culture. Anything from like the Titanic to what Flaccid brings up, Ghostbusters. And that would be a fantastic conversation. Myself, you, and maybe someone else who's a big Ghostbusters fanatic. And just to talk about it. It's just be fun. And yeah, it would be great. So I'm definitely down for that. Like I said, I'll work with you guys on a schedule and we can do that. I think doing it live would probably be best. And I look forward to that one because I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about how awesome Ghostbusters is, even though you don't like it that much. What's up, Candeezy? Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. I'm glad you're able to stop by and hang out. Cajun, yeah, speaking of Seinfeld, put on the ribbon. Put on the ribbon. I will not put on the ribbon. Seinfeld is absolutely that show. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's sad. It's okay. We not everybody can love everything, right? How do you hate Seinfeld? How is that possible? It is like the best show of all time. 100% agree. It is The absolute best TV series ever. There's no way Seinfeld would exist today. You can't even, I mean, nothing funny that was great back then would exist today just because, you can't make jokes anymore. It's just what it is. But let's get into Flaccid. Yeah. Yes, I want to talk Ghostbusters and how much it's overrated. Oh man, I don't it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I will admit I hate Ghostbusters too. The sequel is absolutely terrible. I hate the sequel. It doesn't exist to me. I don't like it. The third one was all right. Love the first one though. Love it. And we'll save it for the stream. But so let's hop into the first topic and we'll talk about how horribly The Little Mermaid is doing. I don't think this really comes as a surprise to many people, especially not probably anyone that's listening to me, unless you're a hater and you love this stuff. But Little Mermaid swimming against strong tides at overseas box office, leaving break even in question. Now, a lot of these articles are being very generous. As you can tell, they're trying to find any fluff that they can to try to make this out to be good or that they're going to make their money back. There's no way. There's absolutely zero chance this is going to make its money back. It's not doing well overseas at all. China, like I said, shockingly doesn't like black people. Sorry. They just don't. That's not me saying that and making it up. You can go look it up yourself. They don't like these movies. That's why the whole Finn debacle with The Force Awakens and how they've changed and all that stuff with the movies going forward. They need that China money, and a lot of people don't want this stuff. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, I don't care. These companies need to burn. So let's get into the details here. It says The Little Mermaid looks to bank more at the box office ultimately than overseas. So box office, it's saying it's made around 300 to 350. Canada, 260 million abroad. At that level, per Finance Resources, off a reported $250 million production and $140 million globally marketing spent, The Little Mermaid could very well break even. See, they're being a little deceptive when they explain this stuff too. It says, however, anything in the low 400 million global threshold, and this fish is apt to be sinking to a loss of around 20 million. Now, they don't take into consideration that the money that they're making, half of that goes to theaters. So you got to double whatever it is that you're making. So if you need 400 million, which that's probably wrong, it's probably more than that anyway. If you need 400 million, then you need to make at least 800 million or more to break even. Because like I said, the theaters take about 50%. So there's no way this money's making movie. Especially with what's about to come out. You got Indiana Jones right around the corner. I think more people are going to go see that. Spider-Verse, right? That once that comes out, that's going to be, I feel like that's going to do really, really strong at the box office. Everyone's going to forget this movie even exists. So this really isn't surprising. I don't know about you guys. Did anyone here actually even go and see this movie? I don't know. Like, let me know in the comments. Did anyone waste their time to see this? I have a couple clips, like I said, I'm going to play in a minute that they just released. All right, let me see what the chat's talking about because everyone's talking about Ghostbusters and Seinfeld. I love it. Corey says we need to ban Flaccid for the Ghostbusters hate. Nah, no ban here. Everyone can hate what they want. It's okay. I'm all right with it. I just disagree. Let's see. Kenny says I want to come on stream, but I'll talk Harry Potter. I am not a Harry Potter expert at all. I've seen the movies a handful of times. That's about it. So anybody can school me in Harry Potter stuff, and I would have zero idea what the hell you're talking about because I'm not a Hogwarts connoisseur. Oh, now you definitely can't come on if you think Ghostbusters is boring. There's no way. You guys are crazy. Let's see. Bobby says, did IMDb just make a separate review site in order to make The Little Mermaid look like it's doing well? I'm not surprised. I mean, so if you guys look at the reviews here, I'll share this. This is obviously Rotten Tomatoes, 68% tomato meter, 95% audience score. But if you look, right, that's all audience. All audience drops it down to 57. Verified pushes it to 95%. So I don't really know. Even top critics have it at 48%. All critics have it at 68%. If you read a lot of these reviews too, I don't know if you guys can see this very well. Try to zoom in. I've heard the exact opposite about all this stuff. Grandmother, first off, is the title. So this looks like a fake review. Beautiful colors, 3D is fun, actors exceptional. I've heard this movie is like mundane and very muted, and the colors are terrible. So I don't even know what that's exactly. The opposite. This sounds real. It was actually a good movie. All you got to do is go watch it for yourself. The only annoying actress was Aquafina playing Scuttle. That sounds real because I'll play you the clip here shortly. Some of this other stuff, though, they're all talking about how the music was great. All the songs we wanted to hear were performed perfectly. Children and adults alike will enjoy this movie. The songs, both old and new, were wonderful and catchy. Music, production, all excellent, very enjoyable. All fives, mind you, just complete perfect, right? Okay. So with that being said, I wanted to play this for real quick for it. What's up, Zax? Hope you're doing well, man. Nice for you to stop by and hang out. But all this sounds completely fake and not real, especially after I'm going to play you this. So I don't think I'll get hit with this. But we'll find out because they released it. So I want you to, this is a minute and 16 seconds. It's a new clip from The Little Mermaid. This, just watch your ears because this is the worst sounding thing I have ever heard in my entire life.
Well, you just listen, Sebastian, I got that scuttlebutt. Hurry up. You'll be like, what? When I drop that scuttlebutt. Okay, now how to love Buttercup. From the women who wash all the clothes to the hunter who arrows the bows, the chatter all over.
Her voice makes me want to smash my face into a fan. Like a fan open, just no protective cover, and I just want to put my face into it. This is horrendous. Listen anymore, guys. I'm sorry. I can't do it. There's 16 seconds left. I can't do it. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I gotta rant for a minute. That is the most atrocious thing in the world that I've ever heard. What happened to standards? What happened to, you remember Disney movies? Like go listen to the old school original, like Aladdin, the original Mermaid. All the songs, Toy Story, even for Christ's sakes, had really good music, catchy music, enjoyable music. This video clip is the epitome of what current day modern cinema has turned into. This is what it is. Everything is a downgrade. Everything is trash. Everything has just turned into absolute shit. And we're supposed to like just fawn over it. I don't understand. And while we have this little break, what's up, man? How's it going?
What's up, dude?
How's your voice?
It's not too good, dude.
Well, your ears are probably bleeding if you just listen to that little clip.
That was the first time I actually heard that, because every time I see that pop up, I'm just like, dude, I just don't give a shit. I'm not watching this. And that was the first time I heard it, and I was just like, oh my, dude, like, why does Aquafina keep getting jobs, dude?
I don't know. It's got to be the race card, I would imagine. And but if so, like she was pretty bad in that movie Renfield. She played the female cop. Like she wasn't the worst, but she was pretty bad. Why would you have her voice act? Of all things that you don't want her doing, she should not be voice acting, and you should never see her even partially naked in any way, shape, or form. She looks like a bag of fucking full potato sack. Like she is just atrocious. I'm not trying to be mean, but dear God, like
what race is she? Like what? She's Asian, right?
Yeah, she's got to be either Chinese or North Korean, or well, not North Korean. Maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe she escaped.
Surely they can find another Asian that's not extremely obnoxious to play these roles.
That has the worst voice known to man. But I mean, that's what I was talking about. Like, this is the epitome of what movies have turned into today. Like, everything is just such a downgrade, and that's why they're trying to erase the past even more, because they can't replicate everything that they replicate. Turns into utter garbage when you compare it to the original. And the originals it just shows you how good we had it back then, and now how we were spoiled, because now everything is just junk.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like I learned over and over again that the saying that you never know when you're in the good old days. That saying is so true. And
Oh
I learned
yeah.
that more and more as time goes on, man.
Yeah, you don't realize you're in the good old days until it's gone. Yep.
Shit, we might be
And
in the good old days right now. Like, who
I
knows how
know
bad it's going to get?
that's
We
the
might be
scary part.
we might be locked in our homes by Chinese operatives in a couple of years.
And Flaccid says, yeah, Justin's voice hurts because we were singing along in the theater to every song in this new
Yeah,
Little Mermaid.
I don't think I've been to a theater in 2 years, dude. I don't watch any of that shit.
So I've been to a couple movies that turned out okay, but I mean nothing still that's but that's another thing too, right? The downgrade of everything is so like back in the day going to the movies that we would see now, it's like you would shit on them. But now you're like, oh, well, it's not bad because everything else is such garbage. So
Yeah.
anything mid-tier is really better because or assumed better because everything's just trash.
I also just feel like you have to like look so hard and search so hard to find a good one to go see. And
Yeah.
even so, like you still don't know. Like they could be pulling a bait and switch on you.
Well, that's not, and this is non-spoilers. I'd have, like I said, I have zero desire to see the Spider-Verse movie, the new one coming out. I just don't care. And but this is non-spoiler. But apparently, that's a big bait and switch movie coming out. A lot of people are walking out of that. I saw the reviews I saw; they were pissed. They were like,
Right.
"This is not what we were told. This is bullshit." So,
You didn't know what the bait and switch was?
I do, but I don't want to spoil it for. Well, again, this isn't a spoiler, but this is a part one movie. So apparently, like at the very end of the movie is when like things start to like get really exciting and really like, all right, cool. Now we're getting into the climax of like the third act, and it just goes to be continued. And now you got to wait for another movie. So,
oh man,
and they're apparently, yeah. So who knows, man? And they said it was just really long. Like there's a lot of unnecessary parts, but
I've never even seen the first one, dude.
first one was all right. I didn't mind it. Once I saw the whole trans rights flag hidden in the scene or in one of the scenes, I was like, I'm done. And again, and we could talk about this now since you're here. I have no problems with LGBTQ, even trans people. I don't care. But like, I look at the trans stuff. I mean, there's a lot of devious stuff behind it all, right? But that trans thing and the whole like trans rights thing to me is the same equivalent of what they try to do with Black Lives Matter. You can compare it to the same thing with like the Patriot Act after 9/11, right? Like all this stuff sounds really good. Like who would argue that Black Lives Matter? No one. No one in their right mind. Who would argue trans rights matter or whatever the fuck that their flag says, right? Of course they want them to have rights. But when you look into the details of what they're actually arguing about or fighting, then you're like, oh, okay, well, this is bait and switch. We're talking about it's perfect transition to bait it and switch. That's
yeah. I don't. The thing is, man, I don't. It's really hard for me to take a stand either way. Where it's like I'm totally fine with everybody being gay and trans and everything, but at the same time, I think that it's destroying Western society. So, am I really okay with it? I don't know. Like, whenever I see individuals, and like I see them in real life, I meet them. They're normally nice, like they're good people and everything, the normal ones at least. So it's like I don't want to hurt your feelings, but at the same time, I think everything that you stand for is destroying Western civilization. So, do I accept you? I don't really think I do.
And here's the thing. It's like, that's the thing. If they want to live their own life and do their own thing, that's fine. But there has to be a line in the sand. And that's the point, like when they're targeting children to kind of sway them into their lifestyle because they I personally, I'd have never met more people in my life. And this doesn't speak for all of them, but that are so like insecure of themselves that they need to broadcast it 24/7. Like, just what does it matter, man? Just, And I mean, this is the perfect right here. It's like Timmy, just I love South Park, dude. But no, it's just, that's what it is. That's the problem that I have is we see it now, like the slow crawl, right? Like, all right, now it's going towards children. Now it's advocating for like, oh, well, you can't smoke until you're 21 or 18, whatever the age is. I don't even remember. But you can, chop your privates off and you can do whatever at like the age of 4. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, where's the common sense of all this? Which there is none. But
Yeah, it really the thing that really pisses me off is the it makes me even more like enraged and what do they call it? Uh Damn, I'm having a brain fart. The word that they always radicalized. The thing that makes me more radicalized is the people who are on our side, who are on the right, who refuse to actually take a stand on certain things. Like they claim that they're like Christians and Jewish and things like that. Like I constantly see Ben Shapiro like retweeting Blair White tweets,
Yeah,
and it's
we
like
talked about
okay,
that. Yeah,
it's like dude, you're claiming that your religion is like a great religion, your lifestyle is a great lifestyle, you should get married at a young age, even arranged marriages are good within your religion and things like that, and then you retweet Blair White. Like that totally erases everything that you said previously, because Blair White goes against everything that your religion stands for. It's retarded.
well, and again, that they do that because it's all that grifting scheme. We know that. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
same thing with Fat Q and the rest of them that do that. They side with whatever makes them the most money. It feels like, and that's what they're going to do. But no, I agree. Like I said, I'm more of a, like I said, I'm live let live. But then there has to be a line though, because like you said, in the sense of, well, where's the line? Like, all right, well, now the whole bathroom situation, right? Like, do I have to? We have to change entire society because of a very small percentage of people that want to use a certain restroom, and all the wolves in sheep's clothing, literally, that are using this to their aid to kind of do horrendous things to other people. Like, that's, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so at this point, I know a lot of people are very much like myself. I feel like, in the sense, it's like, hey, I just leave me alone about it. But there comes a time where it's like, okay, well, now if you just keep sitting with your head in the sand about it,
Yeah.
it's getting taken over, and here we are.
That's the thing. I
So
think about that all the time, where it's like conservatives and right wing people and really just common sense people nowadays have that same viewpoint where they're just like, just leave me alone. Like, just stop pushing this shit on me and I'll be okay. The problem is that's what everybody's been saying for like the last 20 years. And look how far the Overton window has shifted because of that, because the left is willing to continue to push all these crazy ass ideas. Like, imagine if 20 years ago men were walking into women's bathrooms claiming that they identify as women, it wouldn't fly. And there's a ton of other things that wouldn't fly as well. But nowadays they've been pushing so far left, and the right has just been like, hey, just chill out, please. And now the Overton window hasn't shifted as far as they've wanted it to, but it's definitely shifted left a shit ton. So now these things that were totally preposterous 20 years ago are like, dude, think about like 30 years ago, gay marriage wasn't like, no shot that shit was happening, or 40 years ago, whatever it is. I don't know. I wasn't alive. There's no way that shit was happening back then. Nowadays, it's like Donald Trump is totally supportive of gay marriage. Like there's no issue with that. And honestly, I don't really give a shit either. Like, if gay people want to get married, and it's crazy because that just shows how far the Overton window has shifted, because people like me 40 years ago, there's no shot that they would be saying, yeah, gay people can get married. I don't give a shit, know? And that's because that shift is because people have that ideology of, just live and let live. And understand that's a peaceful way to live. That's a happy way to live. But at the same time, like, if people want to cause change in the world, or stop the change, actually, you have to start fighting fire with fire at some point.
yes, and I agree, because it's that small majority, the loudest, or that small minority rather, that are the loud ones that push it and push it and push it and try to make it like that's the whole thing with the whole leftist ideology and how they do everything, is they push it like they are some mass group when they're really not. And because everyone else is kind of like, just leave me alone about it, I don't care. That's why it grows into this gigantic thing now where we see, they're targeting children. So speaking of it, like, I saw this video. I don't know, like, I honestly want your opinion, because I don't even know how if this is real or if this is like just a conspiratorial brain. And even chat, I want you guys to watch this video. This says here, how disturbing is this? The propaganda / programming has gone way too far, and it must be stopped immediately. Shit like this makes me sick to my stomach. So I'm going to play this. There's no sound or anything. It's 7 seconds. Do you think this is accidental, or do you think this is deliberate?
Oh my God.
Like, is that, you guys clearly saw that. So is that like a deliberate thing, or is that an accidental thing?
I might be an absolute idiot, but what is this packaging? This looks like baby wipes or something.
It looks like baby wipes. Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's clearly in some other language.
Yeah, it's like Russian or some.
Probably the Ukraine. But yeah, I mean, is that just accidental stupidity, or is that is that like legit? And that's the thing, what, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we'd be laughing at like, haha, look, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But now everything you literally have to like question everything because it's like, well, is this some type of deliberate scheme or is this, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like the derangement syndrome's on both sides, so you have to kind of check yourself every once in a while and be like, all right, am I being insane or is this some subliminal messaging? I don't know. That looks. I don't know.
That
I would like
looks
to see it from other angles to see if it looked like the same or if they had to be from this angle, but it's pretty clear.
Yeah, and if you can't see, it looks like a male appendage. If you, I mean, I don't want to trace it on the screen here. I'm not trying to get you to see what I see, but a lot of people are seeing it. Some people are arguing it's not, so it's not a major deal. But I just saw this, I was like, well, it's worth.
I
Bringing
feel
up
like
in
it's
the
deliberate. Now that I'm
conversation.
thinking about it, I think it's deliberate because the clear part that they're pulling up, it covers other parts of the bear too that
Yeah.
didn't come up with it. Like it only like deliberately came out in the shape of the penis. Like
it could have literally just brought the whole nose. It could have brought
Yeah.
the whole, like the whole thing could have just came up instead of why is it a clear packaging? So like,
But who
see,
knows? Maybe that's like that might be sex wipes or something. We don't know. Somebody translate that shit. Because
yeah,
like they
but
have those wipes
a
that you can
little
like
baby
put.
bear.
You could. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea.
Any Russians in chat? Or
And then I saw this too, which this infuriates me. So this is what they're doing with Pride, right? And if for those that don't know what that monument is, it's the iconic memorial opened in 1836 to commemorate war heroes and soldiers who died during wars, has been defaced with giant rainbow to celebrate Pride. The landmark, which holds the tomb of the unknown soldier, has been covered with a giant pride rainbow as well as a trans-colored square and a giant cloud. I mean, that is, talk about disrespectful on all levels. Like this stuff should
why?
not. Yeah, like what is the point in this? Why was this necessary? Right? This is what I'm talking about. Like I understand the concept of the whole pride thing, right? Like I get it. First off, like I said, I don't really understand why people even need that validation anymore. This shit's been going on for years. Pride has been going around forever. Like the fact that you still need to be validated or feel like you're some not equal class of person is ridiculous. Like if anything, you're handled like a kid with gloves.
Yeah.
So why do you like? I would love to know if people feel better because they see this. Like, do you really? Like,
Yeah,
I
they
don't know.
do, but not for the reasons that they want to make it out to be. They feel better because it's their team winning. It's a W for their team, but it doesn't make them like feel. It's not like a warm feeling inside of them. Like, oh, I feel so accepted in today's society. It's like no, it's like F the right. It's just F the other side. That's all it is.
Yeah, and it's again, that's the whole like they're like trans rights matter or whatever the fact is. Like, what rights don't you have? Like you could do literally everything you want. What, you can't beat up a girl in a boxing ring? Like like that's, you can't legally punch a woman
They
in
want
the
to be able to
face.
kill babies in the womb, dude.
Yeah.
Like, is that so much to ask?
Well, now there's in California, if you saw that law there, I think it was California, 30 days after birth. 30 days after birth, they're trying to pass a bill to where they can clip the, like, that's insane. Well, what is the world like? I don't get it. No.
I don't know. This will never happen, but I really hope one day, like, we kick California out.
Hopefully it just sinks into the ground. Hopefully
it's just like a weak link to the country, though. Like, if we're looking at it from like a realistic perspective, they literally have homeless people covered. Like, I guess that's kind of just LA. I'm sure like the super northern and super southern parts of California are fine. But
yeah,
I mean, dude, LA just has literally just covered in homeless people.
Yeah, it's littered everywhere. I mean,
just
and like
in the streets.
Like Backyard Farmers says, what are they defacing the tomb? Like, yeah, exactly. Why there of all places, right?
What they do that?
Well, this is the tomb. This is right here what you're looking at.
Oh,
this is where they're laid to rest, the tomb of the unknown soldier. This is the memorial for that war, and that's where his tomb actually is. And they're sticking this shit all through it. And like, why? Why would you do that? That is just so disrespectful, because it's supposed to honor everyone who has been lost, and because not everyone's been, came home, or some people are still lost. And I don't know, man. It blows my mind that, this is a thing, of course. And we can get into the boycotts situation now, because it's perfect topic. I don't know if I did a video on this yesterday, but about Bud Light losing now, they're completely into the ground. They lost their top spot status. You've been doing videos on this too. I'm one thing I didn't know Modelo is also owned by Anheuser-Busch. So don't drink them either.
Philip, a backyard farmer in the chat, said under my video today, I think, that they're distributed outside the United States by Anheuser-Busch, but within the United States, they're not. I don't know. I didn't fact check that, but that's what he said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people in my my video were commenting and like, "Oh, you got to do." I don't even know, man. At this point, don't stop drinking beer.
Dude,
just don't drink beer.
You can't please them, bro. I swear. I said in my video today 47 times. I know Modelo is owned by Anheuser-Busch. I am not happy that Anheuser-Busch is making money off of Modelo. I said that like a million times, and everybody's in the comments saying Modelo is also owned by Anheuser-Busch. Educate yourself. Like, okay, yeah. Dude, kill yourself. in GTA.
Yeah, in Grand Theft Auto, just walk out in front of traffic and just get it over with. Modelo is under Constellation in the U.S. Yeah, at this point, drink water. I don't know what to tell you. Stop drinking beer in general. It's probably better for your health anyway. Beer is not the greatest thing in the world.
Dude. I've taken like 2 sips of beer in my life.
I slowed down on my beer drinking for a while, but if I am going to have anything, I like Yingling. But even them, I heard, is they supported the Pride flag or the Pride parade in their area. But again, who knows, man?
That's what I was saying today. I was like, okay, let's just say that Modelo's not owned by Anheuser-Busch. Whoever they are owned by also supports all the same shit that Anheuser-Busch is supporting. So why does it fucking matter? The whole thing that we're trying to do here is send a message like to the other corporations. It's not like we're going to take down every single woke corporation. Like, it's to try to deter them from doing similar things in the future.
Well, and this is exactly 100%. And I saw this video. This is about Target, right? Because this is like now with the TikTok era and where we're at, I want to show this because I think this doesn't seem like your average TikToker, right? But I want to play this just because I feel like this is the average person's thought process. And now this guy doesn't sound like the most educated New Jerseyan or New Yorker ever, but still, I think the sentiment is pretty much across the board. So
Memorial Day weekend, where is the display supporting and showing homage to our men and women, the military? There's nothing. There's a couple of little made in China patriotic pieces of shit here. Where's that? Last week was Cop Week. Did we put a display up supporting our police? No, we didn't. Target. What about November? Do we get a veterans display that says proud to be a veteran? No, we do not. Yeah, I don't need to scream. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I just talk loud. Yeah. I hope that
guy's shirt's like 5X.
This is bullshit. No problem with the Pride section. Take the kids out of it. That's what you have to do. Get rid of the kids shit that doesn't belong in here. You cater to 0.1%, and 99% of us buy this shit in this store, but that's coming to an end. Corporate better change their fucking ways. You're going to go down like Budweiser.
And these soft soy people. Like, what are you gonna do?
That's all right. You want to call the cops? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll be doing whatever the fuck I want. Fucking bullshit. Shame on you people going in here.
He just went in there.
Yep.
But you're still shopping this fucking shithole.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But hey, that's what you need, man. And listen, I've had a couple people like my favorite hater, like, oh, I thought you were anti-cancel culture. It's like this is not the same thing.
Fuck it, dude. Who cares if they call it cancel culture? It's
exactly. At this point, you know what? You got to do what you got to do. You can't keep saying like, oh well, we're just gonna sit there and hopefully he'll stop. No.
tweet a
Just-
bunch of hashtags about we stand with Gina Carano. Who gives a fuck? She got fired, dude. We lost.
Yeah.
Like, we got to stop doing that shit.
Stop giving them money. There you
Yeah.
go.
But they're still gonna watch every single Star Wars thing that comes out. They're still gonna keep supporting Disney. They can't. It's like crack.
Well, it's funny because you know, people argue about the whole Miles Morales crap, right? Like the true, like you know, like the Spider-Man, like who's real Spider-Man and who's not. But yet the ones who don't like Miles Morales and everything, it's like, well, you're going right now to go see the movie. You just tweeted it on, like, why? Don't go. Just make
to
something
complain
else
about
up.
it afterwards.
Yeah, just to hate watch it, you know. It's like
you don't even have to spend the money to go buy the ticket. I could make the video for you without even seeing it. I already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, it's just the same check mark comments.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, you don't even have to watch it, or just watch a review of someone else and then just
Right.
feel the same thing. There you go. Now you know.
You know what's even worse is the people who watch those people. They're clowns. At least the people who are making the content is making money. Like, they're doing it for a reason. Why the hell are you watching that shit, dude?
Yeah,
like, those people go to movies knowing that they're going to hate the movie, and then go home and watch about other people talk about the movie who also went to the movie knowing that they were going to hate the movie. It blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I genuinely try to go, if I'm going to go to the movies, to see a movie that I want to see, that I think has. I can't, like, a couple people were asking me, like, oh, are you going to do Indy 5? I'm like, nah, man, there's no way. I'm not even gonna. I don't even want to, like, pirate it, just because that's like a lot of time that I got to spend on a shit movie that I can just. I just watch someone else's review and talk about it after, you know?
The thing is, like, if people see it and they love the movie, then you're like, all right, let's give this a shot. It might be actually good. But, like, why waste 3 hours of your life on a movie that 99% is not going to be good? And also, you'd be supporting, if you bought a ticket, you'd be supporting a company who pushes things that you don't agree with, and also supports, like, genocide in China, dude. Like, they do dark shit and people just keep giving them money.
Yep. Well, and then too, like the only one that I saw, the last Marvel movie, like I did go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I wanted to see it. I like those characters. I didn't care. I was like, I want to see that finale. Actually, it actually wasn't bad. It was a good movie. I thought it was enjoyable. A lot of other people were saying the same thing, like, hey, it wasn't bad. But then you see people that still, like, they can't even, I will admit when a company does something, whether I hate them or like them or whatever, I will be honest. I'm not going to sit there and just hate it to hate it. And that's why some of them drive me crazy, because they're just disingenuous and they hate on shit just to hate it, because they know if they say anything but a certain audience that they've created is different, they'll hear the backlash and they don't want it. So they have to, and I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care who follows or who likes my stuff. If I then say something that they don't like and they're like, oh, you're a sellout or whatever, oh, well, I don't care. I'm not going to fucking not be me. I'm going to be me all the time. If I like a movie, I like it. If I hate it, I hate it. If I don't, I don't. Like, it is what it is. You can watch or you don't. I don't know. I'm not going to pander.
That's the thing, man. It's just about being good faith versus bad faith. Like, those people go watch all of those movies and make videos and do their live streams in bad faith. They already know they're going to hate it. And even if they don't hate it, they're going to act like they do. Mm-hmm. It's a difference between going and see these movies and seeing the trailers first and being like, okay, I can actually see myself enjoying this movie. Like, there's at least a shot. And there's the difference between that and then go and watch The Little Mermaid knowing that that's a piece of shit.
Like that's like the only movie that recently that I wanted to, that I was thinking about and possibly talking about. And again, this kind of falls in line. I know you're not big into the movie stuff anymore. I don't want to get too sidetracked with it, but like this here, like I wanted to see the Flash movie. I wanted to see, because Michael Keaton, even though I know Flacids, they don't like Keaton and his Batman. I've loved that Batman. That was like the one that I grew up with, right? So I really enjoy it, even though it's got its flaws and whatnot. So seeing that's like, oh, it's the member berries and all that. But how can I go to that movie when someone like Jonathan Majors is getting kicked out and he's done, right? Even though I don't know if he's, true. I don't know, like the allegations are accurate, right? But he's gone. He's done. He's not going to be in any movies. He's completely erased. But Ezra Miller, who we've seen videos of him choking women, hitting women with stools, all this stuff, they're not going to recast him if they do a sequel. Like he is the Flash moving forward if they continue. How do you support that? How do you pay money? Like I just can't. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's up, Shaggy? Hope you're doing well. Glad for you to stop by and hang out. But yeah, like I said, this I just wanted to bring up because, like I said, it's just that pandering, right? It's that we talk about with the ESG scores and all this, right? Like he is their perfect fit. I mean, they even say no one can play that character as well as they did because he goes by those pronouns. He's a them, which is actually really fitting for this movie since there's multiple Ezra Millers in it. So there's actually one scene. It says, as you said, the two berries, it feels like a character that was made for them, meaning made for Ezra Miller. It's like, yeah, it was made for you because you're mentally ill. And you could clearly play multiple personalities because you're insane. As Gap says, yeah, in addition, no one wants to see Ezra Booty. We really want to see Michael Keaton, but at no cost. Exactly. Yeah. Not the cost of my principles. Do I want to see Michael Keaton? And more than likely, they're probably going to kill him off so that Ezra Miller lives and Superwoman survives. Like, I don't know. I
don't know much about it, but it seems like another bait and switch situation where they only showed Michael Keaton to get the fans like you to go.
Knowing that
Ezra Miller was going to probably deter you from going.
Well, and if you take Keaton out of this movie, does anyone have any hype for this at all? No one cares. Yeah. No one gives a shit. Everyone wants to see Michael Keaton because of all the, and that's like you said, bait and switch 100%. It's just trying to get those nostalgia member berries going, and they just want to get you in there for money. And I don't know. I can't buy into it. I'm not going to support it. I don't care. It's not worth my time. Is it really worth the $20-something plus to go see this movie? And no, not really. So yeah, what's your take on the have you seen the latest thing that came out today about Bud Light, about the marketing VP?
Oh yeah, that she can't talk.
Yeah, she can't. I just saw this not right before the the stream, but that's crazy, man. Like I said, I think the boycott's actually working. I think it's being successful in a sense. I think this brand is 100% dead. I mean,
yeah, and, there's no doubt they're not going back.
It's taken decades for them to build this brand up to what it is. And they've had some amazing marketing in the past. I mean, remember Super Bowls back in the day, how like the Bud Light commercials were always the commercials you look forward to. The Dilly Dilly, I talked about before about there's that eagle. I remember a Super Bowl years ago. It was probably younger than you were probably too young to even see this. I remember when I was a kid, this freaking eagle would just go flying off a balcony and bring back a Bud Light. And they're like, where does he get them from? And the guy kind of looks, he's like, I don't know. And then it shows them eating outside again. And then they all go run. It's like, it's coming back. And this eagle swoops down and starts attacking everyone eating outside of this restaurant. Like, it was hilarious, but now they are forever known as the gay beer. Like, that's just what they are.
Yeah, they're done.
And I want to show off this video too of the branding. Like, this is what they're now associated with forever at when it comes to this. So
I didn't always look like this. In fact, I left the house on that. Thanks to Bud Light.
like, even they're having fun with it.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I don't know where you guys stand on that whole issue. For me personally, I'm with the Bud Light boycott. Not because I have a particular stance on that, but just so I can go up to guys that's about to take their first sip, like, hey, bro, don't do it.
Like, shit like that, they're dead. They're dead forever. I mean, that's what they're going to be known for the rest of their for the next 20 years.
Yeah, dude, it's not a small boycott. It's not it's with a lot of the things with the Hollywood stuff, it's only people online that know about it. Like I'm sure that normal people like that don't watch videos about it probably don't know that Ezra Miller did all those things.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about this Bud Light shit, dude. People who I watch, like just for like LSU baseball, like they'll just live stream talk about LSU baseball, LSU football, and stuff like that. Even they're talking about it, even they're making jokes about it, and they totally steer away from politics every single chance they get. I saw this one guy who's like a beat reporter, which if you don't know what that is, it's like just like a person who's dedicated to a specific team. This person's dedicated to reporting on LSU baseball. He tweeted out just a bunch of coolers because they're about to have like their first playoff series this weekend. Just a bunch of coolers filled with Bud Light. Like he was just like, here we have a bunch of coolers filled with like that's news to these normal people who don't even engage in that type of stuff on social media.
Oh, the guys that I play at hockey with, right? They're out of the loop of all this stuff, right? They don't know. They got their kids. They're busy. Like they don't pay attention to fucking literally anything.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope, not touching that gay shit. Like that's exactly what they're like. No way, no, not a chance. And they used to bring it every weekend. They used to bring that Miller, the normal stuff, Heineken. Now Bud Light completely 100% gone, done. No way. They're never like it is never. You don't see it anywhere in the locker rooms at all of any of the games going on. And there's a lot of people who play. I mean, this is massive, and I don't know, dude. It's bad. It's really bad. But I don't think that this is going to be as effective to target. I don't know. I mean, I hope I'm wrong because that shit sucks that they're, like I said, the pushing the kids stuff. But like the sticking the little kid mannequins up there with all that crap. But yeah, it's crazy.
I just sent you a tweet. I thought it was pretty funny, but that's like another example of just normal people. I think this is like a bar stool guy. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe this is actually a political guy. I don't know. This shit's funny. It's every single person out there is making jokes about Bud Light. Everybody in my personal life is making jokes about Bud Light, and I guarantee you, at least 50% or more don't even know why. Like they just know that Bud Light is gay beer, and they don't know like the origin story behind it or anything.
I saw this. I forgot to bookmark it when I saw it. Yeah, this is yeah. I think even I saw a thing on Marketplace or that someone posted or whatever, and it said Bud Light pre-gay, like pre-gay. Like it's pre-gay so Bud Light. Everything is gay now. Like everything Bud Light associated is gay. Like they are done, man, done. All the signage people are throwing out. Look at that, 30-pack cans, $25.99. Yeah, that's crazy. That is absolutely insane. Everybody's just making fun of it. Why are you gay? Oh my god, absolutely terrible. But yeah, pretty crazy. I don't think that. I mean, do you think this is gonna have the same effect target wise, or like, what do you think's the next?
Probably not the same. No. I don't know. I think people are really excited right now because they finally did something. They finally actually stuck to a boycott and made a company actually sweat. Like 25% is like a serious number. Like that's nothing to sneeze at. And now they're like looking for the next boycott desperately. And I think that we're probably going to spread ourselves too thin, and it's probably going to fizzle out because they're going after Target now. They're going after Kohl's now. And eventually everybody's going to come to the shocking realization that every single one of these corporations is full of evil people. Mm-hmm. And they're also going to come to the realization we have to buy stuff. Yeah. So they're not going to be able to boycott all of them, and it's just going to fizzle out. I think we should just stick to Bud Light and totally bury them personally. But I don't know.
Well, I think that the damage at Bud Light's done. Like I think the Bud Light stuff could stop tomorrow, or people could stop talking about it, but no one's forgetting this. No one is ever going to, like I said, if you're caught holding one, what are they going to say? Right. I mean, there's no way. Whereas it's like going into a Target, there's not going to be anyone outside. Oh, you're gay. You know, walking into a Target, like, everyone's going to get dragged there, or everyone's going to go there. So I agree with you. I think eventually there's going to be too many fronts, right? They're fighting too many fronts at once. Yeah. And especially now, this is the worst month because every freaking company in the world does this trash. And you can't boycott them all. You got to go something, or you go to every small mom and pop chain that's out there.
I was saying earlier in one of my videos that I haven't seen as many companies put pride logos. I don't know if that's just like what I'm seeing, but it seems like it's less. It seemed like even like last year, I felt like before June, like May 31st, May 30th, people were already posting their pride logos and stuff. I haven't seen as many this year, but
Well, the Bud Light stuff could have, pushed a lot of people to like, ooh, maybe
yeah,
we shouldn't do this. I know a lot of MLB players are pushing back against wearing that stuff on their jerseys, is my understanding.
yeah, because
Um,
they actually have they're actually Christian and they actually stand by their religion instead of being like Ben Shapiro and other people who actually don't kind of wear their religion as an aesthetic and don't stand by their shit. The MLB players actually have morals and values.
Gap says, when I get a chance after the show, watch my sure entitled Oops, I Did. I will definitely watch it, Gap. I'll head over there and you're short. I'll definitely check it out. All right, Bobby, I will see you later, my friend. Stay safe. Have a good weekend. I'll catch you on Sunday. But yeah, like I said, I guess we can move on to the next one with the Elon Musk situation. Have you
There's stuff
been?
going on in real time with that.
Yeah, it's like breaking right now. I mentioned it earlier. I mean, I don't even know where to start with it. So I guess we'll do this one here. Let me show it. So do you want to break down what's going on?
I could try without my voice breaking.
Oh yeah, I forget you were too busy screaming with watching Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Well, pretty much they wanted to play the what is a woman documentary that Matt Walsh made. They wanted to have like a whole event where they had I think an hour-long Twitter space in the lead up, just talking about like the creation and everything. And they wanted to like premiere the documentary on Twitter for everybody to watch at the same time. And at the last minute, after Twitter had agreed a while ago that they would be fine with it, at the last minute, Elon Musk and Twitter, which we didn't know was Elon Musk originally, we thought it was just a random employee who told them, no, you're not able to, or they didn't say no, but they said that they were going to throttle it because it had hateful conduct in it. And they obviously took offense to that because they had agreed to it a while ago that they would let them do it without throttling it. And then Elon Musk, well, I don't know how far you want me to go.
No, go ahead.
Well, Elon Musk replied to the whole thread that Jeremy Boring, who I think he's a co-founder of the Daily Wire, Elon Musk responded to that thread and said that that was a whole mistake. They didn't mean to do that, that Elon Musk had nothing to do with that. And then while they're on their Twitter space in the lead up to the premiere of the What is a Woman documentary, I guess not actually premiere, it's an older documentary. But yeah, there's the tweet where Elon said that it was a mistake and that wasn't supposed to happen. And then while they're on the spaces, Jeremy Boring revealed that Elon Musk was actually in the room with the person who made the decision to throttle the What is a Woman documentary. So Elon Musk just straight up lied in this tweet right here. And now the documentary has premiered and everything or played on Twitter, and it was throttled and still is throttled. It still has the hateful conduct mark on it right now. And Elon Musk is tweeting at Matt Walsh right now about it, saying that I think he said like tomorrow it's going to get lifted. It's like, well, why couldn't you do it today?
Yeah, like why does it take that long to do it, or is that
right?
And we've seen this already with the whole Eliza Blue situation, where I know there are probably some people listening that don't know the Eliza Blue situation, but Elon Musk is not the guy that you think he is. He's not. He's all about free speech as long as it's speech that I think he agrees with. He may say that he's more so free speech. I don't agree at all. I don't think he is. I think he's bought and paid for. And I think he's part of the problem.
Look, I'm gonna call my shot right now. Here's what's gonna happen. Elon Musk is already bought out by the government, and
100%.
He's trying to capture the right wing and act like he's for freedom of speech, which is funny how that's like a right wing ideology now. He's trying to act like he's for freedom of speech and pander to the right, respond directly to Matt Walsh and the Daily Wire on Twitter saying that they're gonna lift the hateful conduct stuff. He's trying to sign Tucker Carlson to Twitter, things like that, gain the trust of the right, because he knows that the right is the ones who didn't take the jab, the CV jab, and he's going to get the Neuralink approved, which it already is approved for trials.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Once that comes out, everybody on the right's going to get it because they trust Elon. Elon it's Daddy Elon. He loves freedom of speech and all this other BS. Everybody's going to get it, and then he's going to sell the rights to the government. And of course, whenever the government's pushing it, they're going to be like, okay, you can't go on restaurants, you can't go on planes. unless you get Neuralink. You can't do all this the same stuff they did with the jab. They're gonna do it with Neuralink, and then everybody on the left's gonna get it because for one, they just do whatever the government tells them, and for two, you're not gonna be able to live life without getting it. So he's gonna just get the right to get it, sell the rights to the government, and then everybody's gonna have to get it.
Well, and he's already has government contracts with Tesla, with the government anyway. He's tied with them in that regard.
Yeah.
And then also a lot of people forget that Tesla is technically, they're a car company, but they're more of a data company than anything. They collect data on everything you do in that car. Everywhere you go, everything you do, he has that data. So he can literally give that to the government if need be. They could track you where you're driving every day, where you're going, what you're doing, as long as you're in that
You
car.
can also shut your car off.
Yeah. Or speed it up. Or I mean, they could do anything. So this is like Lex Luthor style like shit that he's just the bad. Like, no, this is a bad person. I know they just came out with he's like the most richest person in the world. I'm like, well, he's the most documented richest person in the world. The people that are actually running the world are not going to be on that list because for obvious reasons. But what was so this is another tweet. I think this is the one that maybe you pulled up. Says our film got 3,500 retweets in 2 minutes, and then Twitter flagged it as hate speech and shut down retweets. They are terrified of this film. And that's when I saw this. Did you see Twitter's head of truth, trust, and safety, Ella Irwin, has resigned?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so she resigned at 8:10 p.m.
Holy shit.
So I don't know. Again, this follows a revelation Twitter had censored.
Wait, that's actually huge news. I don't know how I didn't see that.
Yeah, so she resigned as this was going on. This is at 8:10, so we're talking almost 2 hours now. This is what they claim. Ella is actually the one that's a lot of actuallys in one sense. Ella is actually the one that decided to keep me banned. Oh, that was him banned. Elon Musk stepped in personally. I consider this a win for Twitter. Good things are coming. But see, that doesn't make sense or add up because, as you said right now, they're tweeting back and forth still about this situation going on. Like, this is still an ongoing thing that they're so like here, this was an hour ago. Elon, have you seen the film? What is sensitive about it? Oh, so this is where Elon Musk is talking about commenting and deliberately sharing will be allowed. Sensitive content just won't be pushed to people unless they ask for it or a friend. And see, this is where people are starting to realize what is actually free speech, right? Elon doesn't find it to be free speech or acceptable speech. So it's not as free because sensitive content just won't be pushed to people unless they ask for it or a friend. How many videos do you see online? I don't know if you do, that you see people getting like hit by a train or
dude,
killed.
I seen like 10 today.
They're all the time. I didn't ask for that.
Right.
I just saw it. So, but this is too sensitive.
But you know what is really interesting to think about? Do you think all these people are just this stupid? Like, do you think Tucker Carlson is just this stupid to where he just can't see that Elon Musk is a fraud? Like, I know I am not some kind of genius. I know that for a fact. And it's just so blatantly obvious to me that Tucker Carlson should be signing with Rumble instead of Twitter. Like, it's just so obvious to me. But he just signed, like, and Matt Walsh gets banned on YouTube. He goes to Twitter. Tucker Carlson gets fired, goes to Twitter. There's no way these people are this stupid, and there's no way I'm that smart. What is going on? Like, are these people also bought out?
I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. She was the bitch covering for Eliza, so yeah, that makes sense. And there's that Casey girl. What's up, girl?
Well, yeah, I guess let me correct myself. I guess he shouldn't have gone to Rumble because they have a non-compete. But yeah, like Candizi said, he could have gone to PPD or something.
Yeah. Tucker should go to PBD. No, you're fine. Yeah, I don't know, man. Rumble's crazy too, right? Like, I don't know how I feel about Rumble.
I trust Rumble a whole lot more than I trust any other platform, maybe other than Odyssey, but Odyssey kind of just missed. They missed the boat. Like
Odyssey,
Odyssey could have been so big, dude. I still like Odyssey's like UI and everything way more than I like Rumble, but they didn't like Rumble. Just went all in, man. They just got everybody.
Well, thank you, Casey. I appreciate you staying a member and supporting the channel and stuff. But yeah, man, like this is absolutely insane what's going on. And like I said, this is all, I don't know. I don't think he's the one. Yeah, I think a reply from Elon Musk is crucial here. It is cool. It is nice to see the talking heads of Daily Wire going head to head with Elon, but just I don't really trust either of them, to be honest. I don't really care about either of them. I think they're
It's
all
so
kind of
sad because like I was a fan of well, I still am a fan of Matt Walsh. I think he's probably done he's
yes.
done a lot of shit for the movement and everything. The other people in the Daily Wire, not so much. Like I'm not the biggest Jordan Peterson fan. I don't really like Candace
No.
Owens. I don't really like Ben Shapiro, especially more recently because of like him retweeting Blair White every day, like literally every single day. And also the DeSantis stuff is just really, really weird. Like how he's like riding his penis just so hard. I don't
Dude,
understand.
that whole DeSantis stuff is wild. I I don't know, man. It's all, it's like every form of every area is just collapsing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nothing is making sense anymore. Like you said, I am not a fan of Candace Owen. Can't stand her. Matt Walsh, I don't mind. Some of his takes are pretty, like over the top.
I think all of their marriage takes are just cringe, dude. Like, why? Like, I would just love to like for them to give me their marriage take of getting married at a very young age before you've like had sex with any other women or men, and just ask them why. Like, why? I guarantee you they have no answer. They're gonna say some statistic about how you're able to pair bond more if you have less sexual partners or whatever. That's only for women though. That doesn't count for men. It's not the same.
I agree.
Anyway, that's one of their things where universally I cannot agree with conservatives. It's like there's like a brick wall in front of us. Conservatives are just banging their head on the brick wall of marriage, and I'm just like, hey guys, we can just walk around this shit. Like just walk around the wall. There's an opening right here.
Yeah. Well, that's not how they operate though, and that's the thing. And
they'll retweet Blair White though.
Yeah, Blair White's, that's the acceptable. And then Candizi says too, yeah, the Daily Wire is too much on DeSantis's I mean, I think they're all honestly anti-Trump. Like, and again, I'm not even like the biggest Trump supporter in the world. Like there are, and what I mean by that is like there are definitely some things that he's done that I'm like, okay, questionable, right? Like, because he's human just like everybody else. But of all the people that I trust out there, or that I like would at least want to see some change, would be, I don't trust DeSantis at all. I mean, you have George Soros sitting at his tables and conferences. Like anyone that's associated with him is an immediate red flag. No, immediate no.
I think DeSantis is like team or whatever it's called, his campaign donated like 50 million to the Daily Wire or something.
Yeah. Well, it's all, the Daily Wire shot themselves in the foot. In my opinion, they still have a ton of people that follow them. It's very strange how it's all broken up into these like really weird political groups now. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like their own little tribe. You have like the Daily Wire tribe over here, and then you have the ones that kind of went with Steven Crowder over here, and then you have Fat Q and his very small group of people over here. Yeah, I think
it's like the Quartering is kind of like center, maybe a little bit on the right, but he's like in the soy boy territory. Daily Wire is like center right, like concretely center right, and Steven Crowder is like far right. And then I would say like people like Nick Fuentes and I'm sorry I just said his name. I probably just got your channel on the list.
It's okay.
But like Nick and them are probably like borderline neo Yahtzees, and I don't even use that term like the way the leftists use it, but it's factual, man. Like the guy, he's a little bit racist. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. I mean, at least he's honest about it.
I mean, he has facts to back up his racism. Like he's right if you look at it statistically, but it's like, I don't know if I want to live life like that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. There's a lot of insanity that's going on. A lot of these talking heads that's why I said, just think for yourself. Don't follow anybody blindly, anyone at all. Don't follow when I see a lot of these people simping for some of these talking heads online, it blows my mind. Like how the quarter, like I sent you the thing earlier about the quartering fighting with pearly things, right? I'm just like,
Dude, that
oh
girl is
my
the biggest fucking clown, bro.
and he's just as bad.
Yeah,
They're
he's
both like the worst things in the world. It's like, how are you, the quartering, gonna question anything that she does? And you are literally the same fucking thing, if not worse.
This man claimed that his mom got swatted, and then later that day made a 10% discount code for his coffee called SWAT under the video that he made about his mom getting swatted.
And then he wants to talk about pearly things. It's like, well, she's doing her grift. You just do yours, and just grifters be grifting. Like, just leave. Like,
Right.
how are you going to sit there and talk about that? Like, that's insanity to me. But that's why, like I said, that's why I said earlier, like the videos that I do and stuff, or the stuff that I like, I'm just me. I'm not gonna appease anybody. I'm gonna like what I like and say what I say. And if you like it, you do. And if you don't, you don't. And it is what it is. But guys like the quartering and all that, they just try to stay in the middle. Like those guys try to stay in the middle and fluctuate depending on the quartering is very conservative, unless it's about like something like Blair White.
Until somebody tries to challenge his viewpoints, and he's like, "Well, I'm not even a conservative, dude. Like, what are you talking about?"
Yeah. Figure drawing says if Ebola was a YouTuber, that is the quartering. 100%.
He's probably watching right now.
Oh yeah, I'm too small for. I'm small fries for him.
I have a feeling that he does nothing but watch us. Like not just us, but like people who talk shit about him. He's probably just watching them constantly.
I would say you're more on a list of anything than I am, just because you're growing and you poked the underbelly of that fat bear and got his attention. I fly under radars. I don't no one's watching mine of him. And honestly, I don't even give a shit if they do. I hope they are, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's bonkers. It's crazy what's going on.
I wish I could keep my mouth shut, but I just can't.
No, fuck like him. Fuck. There's no why keep our mouths shut. There's no. That's the whole point of the internet. We're allowed to have differences of opinion because that's we're supposed to challenge each other and call each other out when there is stupid shit going on. This is the same. This is why things have kind of snowballed into what it is today, is because no one calls people out anymore, right? They never used to. Like, remember how bullying used to keep a lot of this stuff in check? Yeah. I don't mean extreme bullying. I'm talking about normal, just, if you see a dude wearing makeup, you're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Why are you wearing lipstick? What's wrong with you? Are you mentally ill? And then he goes, no, and then he takes it off, right? They don't do it anymore. Like, they're not gonna, now no one does that anymore. So now you're letting the inmates just kind of run all over the jail, and they're controlling everything. Speaking of dirty, disgusting simps, I saw this video and I thought you'd get hilarious chuckle out of this. Man. I don't know if it's real. I think it's fake. I want to know what you guys think. Tell me if this is real or not.
Got my mom a brand new Mercedes by uploading her feet pics on Speed Finder.
Just put it on. Keep coming. All right, stop.
All right, first off, their voices remind me of annoying girls from like Long Island, and they make me I can't stand these fucking type of women. Continuing.
All right, take your blindfold off. I got you a brand new Mercedes.
Oh my, you're joking.
No, this is for you, Ma.
Ma. Hey, Ma.
How did you buy me a Mercedes?
I got you a brand new Mercedes.
How?
I've been uploading your feet online on Feet Finder, and I got enough money to get a Mercedes for you.
You uploaded my feet and bought a Mercedes?
For you. It's for you. Me? It's for you.
Men disgust
Sarah,
me.
I don't upload my feet. I work for a living.
Well, you got a Mercedes out of it.
For my feet?
Yeah. I've been uploading your pictures for months.
Look at that. Well,
What is this world coming to? Feet now buy Mercedes?
Yeah, enjoy it. I love you. Have fun.
Yeah.
Man.
I said something the other day, or maybe it was today, where there's like somebody's selling a service that's like an AI girlfriend, and they're making millions.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that's fake? I don't think it's fake.
What, that video?
Yeah, I mean,
Even
maybe
if it's fake, dude, there's definitely
it's
stories
still,
like that out there.
yeah, it's still real. Like that still
Yeah.
happens. So, ladies, any ladies out there, if you need a side job, sell your dirty feet online. There's a bunch of guys like the Quartering that'll probably buy them.
Now let me sign you. I will tell you how to grow a huge following on YouTube. All you have to do is just do exactly what Sydney Watson did. That's it.
Speaking of, where's she been?
I don't know, dude. I haven't heard of her.
She's been like gone, right? Like MIA.
I don't know. I haven't thought of her in like months until I just said that just now. I'm gonna
But
go
like
look.
normally I'll see like a Quartering video pop up. Like I don't see anything of them doing their little show that they were doing or nothing together. Maybe they
Oh, she
broke
just
up.
uploaded a video 5 minutes ago.
Oh, she did?
Right on time. Yeah.
No, well, fuck, there you go.
Well, they did launch that publication or whatever.
Yeah, that weird website.
Yeah. So
I wonder how
sure
that
they made bank.
lawsuit's going. I wonder how their lawsuit's going. I think
I don't
she's
know.
definitely going to lose that, but I'm sure everybody saw this. Not that this is funny, but it's I don't. Okay, it's not funny, but it is funny in a sense. Like I don't wish anyone harm. The funny part is the reaction of this girl. So, did you see this earlier?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you saw this clown fall. This is more of an embarrassment and disgusting nature of what's going on in our country. But if you didn't know, this idiot fell. But watch the girl to the left. That shit was the funniest. Him falling wasn't funny. The one on the left was hilarious. Watch. Guy is such a moron. Dude, look at her. Nope, fuck that. I'm leaving. That reminded me. Look, she's like, no, just stare at him for like, no, I'm out of here. That's some shit that you would do in the Marine Corps. Like you hear someone just getting blasted down the hallway by like a gunny, and you just stop and you're like, nope, get the fuck out of here before I get hit in that crossfire. Oh my god, yeah, it's not funny, but it's funny at the same time.
Yeah, I feel for the guy because like, dude, there's no way he's actually even making any decisions that are happening, like that are driving the country into the ground. There's no way. Like it's not on him. It's really not. He's literally just a puppet. He's just a vessel of a human at this point. So it's like, I'm sure he's done some bad shit in the past, but everything that's going on right now, he's not really to blame. It's everybody who voted him in is who to blame. Like, well, he's not doing shit.
Yeah, and here's two things that I want to say. Number one, I think I don't even know what I just did. Number one, I think that a lot, like every president, is being controlled. All of them. There's people in black suits that sit down and say you're going to do X, Y, Z. Now, I think obviously the previous president, disrupted a lot of that stuff, which is why now I think a lot of the things that are happening today are accelerated to a massive degree, and that's why we're catching on to a lot of this stuff because it's being at such an high rate of speed. You can't bypass it and you can't ignore it. So, but I still think he was, was involved, and there's a shit he couldn't control. You know what I mean? Like they're like, well, they openly admitted. I mean, it's pretty clear that the CIA took out JFK. Like, I don't think that's a big secret. So if they're willing to do to a sitting president, I mean, do you really think that, they wouldn't do it again? I absolutely think they would.
Also, do you really think that they wouldn't steal an election if they wanted to kill a man?
How you said too, like how the people who voted for him. Yes, there are people that voted for him, but they definitely, like, that was not. He didn't win on actual votes. It was clearly it was all rigged, and that's just the way it is. So that's why when I see people now talking about like, oh, you just need to outvote, need to vote him out. I'm like, you are fucking stupid. Like, if they did it once, why do you think they would do it again? That is the entire reason why the southern border is completely dismantled right now, because they're letting them all vote. And now they're all unaccounted for. We don't know how many people. That's the whole point of the census, right? To know how many people live in a certain amount of areas so they can count votes accordingly and blah, blah, blah. That's part of it, not all of it. But now if you have an unlimited amount of people and you don't know the figures, you don't know what's to expect for the voting. So now you can literally flood it and say, well, yeah, you got to account for all the illegals that we let vote illegally. So, you can't vote. We don't pick anything. We've never picked anything. It's always been just That's at least my opinion. That's my conspiratorial mind going on. We don't vote. It just makes us feel better to think that we do have a choice. At the end of the day, we have no choice. This is picked. This is it's all a scheme. There's like 10 people that run the whole world, and we're just part of it.
I think maybe going forward, that's probably the case, but I don't think Trump would have ever got elected if that was the case. I think that really caught him off guard.
Oh,
and they were like, okay, we got to step our game up here.
Well, and that's what, yeah. And I don't think that's the thing, right? With Trump, they didn't anticipate the amount of votes that they were going to get. They did not. They thought that they were going to rig it. They thought they had it in the bag. And then when they saw the numbers and they realized they have no backup plan, they were like, well, "Fuck, we're stuck." Like we're stuck. There's nothing we could do. That's why they let them enter the primaries. They're like, all right, fine, yeah, we'll just take care of it. But the massive amount of support that he received, because remember back then, a lot of people didn't openly talk about supporting Trump. Remember, it was kind of like taboo. If you supported Trump back then, you were automatically called a bigot, an istophobe. Same thing now, but now people are so used to it, they don't give a shit. Back then, it was very like, oh, I don't really want to talk about it. So there was a lot of hidden supporters there. So when they went to the polls and they voted, it was like, oh shit, like we did not account for this. This is not something that we expected. And there was no way that they could backtrack and back out. They didn't have a water main break that they can do. You know what I mean? They did try, if you remember on election night back then, they were postponing his announcement of winning. Remember, he's like, I don't know what the holdup is, but we're waiting.
Yeah,
they were trying everything they could, and there was just no way they could do it. But from that moment on, they were like, he ain't winning another one.
Yeah, I remember not at my school, but because I was a junior in high school when that happened, when in 2016, and I remember at other schools, people were telling me they had like support dogs, like therapy dogs at schools because Trump won.
Dude, remember the videos that came out of people crying at Clinton's campaign? The rumor, and again, these are rumors. I don't know. It could be fake or whatever. Apparently, she went into like a drunken, like just like disaster and was like screaming and flipping out that she lost. And that's why I remember she never came out that night and addressed anything. She had to come out the next day.
Yeah.
Next day, like early morning, and that's when she addressed it. So you know that bitch was fucking losing her mind.
Yeah,
losing her mind about stuff.
Dude, back then I really didn't even care about politics all that much. I was just like, dude, unless it affects me personally, I don't really care. Nowadays, it does affect me, like in my everyday life. But back then, there wasn't like lockdowns and mandates for getting jabs and stuff. But back then, dude, I remember walking around school that day after Trump got elected. Like my favorite team just won the Super Bowl, bro. I was like,
yeah,
because they had like this group of girls who hated Donald Trump, dude, and me and my other friend would just mess with them so much in the lead up. And like I remember we sat down in class that day, and we were both like, ah. And they were so mad, bro.
I remember when it was literally so exciting seeing him win, just because like the amount of, and my eyes were open then, right? Like if the whole establishment of people, everyone hates this man, there has to be a reason. You don't just hate this guy all of a sudden for no reason, right?
Yeah.
Like they loved Trump. I remember back in the 90s and stuff. He was on Oprah. He was on everything. He was in Home Alone. This guy was loved by everybody. He was in WWF. He was everywhere. He had his own TV show. The guy has been involved in everything. Everybody loved him. And now all of a sudden, he's the most hated man in the world. Now there's got to be a reason why. That doesn't just flip a coin, like it just flip a switch and all of a sudden, no, there's reasoning behind it. So once I saw that, I was like, I want him to win. I want to watch. It was like the Joker. I just want to watch everyone burn. I just want to watch everyone flip out, lose their shit. And it was hilarious. It was so fun.
Yeah. But even I understand that he has like a bias towards it, but even he pushes like everybody to get the jab. I mean, I don't think he probably would have done like the mandates, but he definitely would have pushed it. Like he definitely would have told people to go get it, which still would have killed people.
Yeah, I think. Well, and I think a lot of it too is a lot of just misinformation and shit. That I think it just shows you how much he didn't know, because I can't imagine he would push a lot of these things knowingly. But I mean, then maybe that's just me being, stupid. But if you look at it, like a lot of that stuff they're talking about, like Moderna and all of them had the patents for this like in 2015. Like this was planned.
Yeah.
This is all stuff that was going on long before us. And, again, this all helped speed up the process. This all helped without the lockdown, the mail-in voting, right? Like none of that would have happened.
Yeah.
And so, and it was also a test to see how compliant will people be, And speaking of that whole jab stuff, me and you talked about it in our chat, and I want to bring it up to some of the people here. The rumors going around a certain actor, right? Like now I don't want to bring up, like, I'm not bringing it up because I want to talk about that because I want to bring up the point that you and I made about it, right?
Yeah.
First off, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a certain actor, there's rumors going around that he received the jab and now he's like paralyzed and has some type of brain clot or something like this. I don't make videos on that stuff. Number one, I don't know how true it is. And two, it's still a person, right? They're dealing with this in a very horrible way. So when I see a bunch of these people like Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens jumping on the opportunity to be like, haha, see, I told you this was horrible. I'm like, dude, someone's life is just ruined. And you're using that as a money making scheme. Like,
they're using it as a W. Like,
yeah.
It's like, dude, the first thing I imagine whenever I hear news like that is this man is never going to be able to hug his family again. This man's never going to be able to see his family with his own eyes again because he's blind and paralyzed. Like, that's not a W. That's not a win in any way. It's a tragedy, dude. And like the thing is, like, not even just that, not even on like a individual level should you be better than that. But like, have some respect. Like, at least let the family like mourn it a little bit. Like, let it breathe a little bit before you start tweeting out, yes, another win for our side, our political side. Like, it's so lame.
And make sure it's actually confirmed.
True.
Because right now it's just like some random source from the hospital that was there, this, that. Like, you don't know. You have no idea.
It is NewsGuard certified. I don't know how trustworthy NewsGuard is.
But the fact that they're running with it, it's like, all right, so if a tabloid put that out all of a sudden, you're going to run. Like, they're spreading it like wildfire. And it's just like, you don't know if it's true. So I don't know. I have issues with that. Again, imagine if that was a family member of yours that is now blind, like that's
yeah,
horrible.
dude. I have family members. A lot of my family members got that shot. Got a couple of those shots, and it's like, I can't even imagine. Like, that has to be horrible.
Yeah, and think of all the people, like, and that's why I understand the allure of it. Like like a lot of people were questioning when that one football player was it during the Super Bowl or before the Super Bowl?
It was just
it was like a playoff game.
Yeah, it was like a primetime game.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills player,
Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, and they were questioning him, right? Like, what happened and all that. But the point is, though, it's like, this isn't in the infancy of the shot stuff, right? Like, this has been going on for a while. People know about this already. So this isn't like, we know that there's been issues with it. It's not like it's brand new. So you don't need this as another like, haha, I told you. It's like, well, there's a lot of people. There's tons of proof that this is a bad thing. Like,
you're not winning anybody else over. Like, the people who don't have it are not going to get it, and they already understand why they're not going to get it. The people that do have it, it's too late. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and even those people, it doesn't matter how much proof that you give to them. Some of those people don't care. They're never going to admit that anything was wrongdoing or they were duped, because they're not going to. It would be like them. The only way for them to ever admit is like if they're having like cardiac arrest on the floor, then they maybe would question them. Other than that, it doesn't matter. Until something bad happens to them, they're not going to question it. Like, that's just
like all you're going to do by, like telling these people who got it, I told you so. It's just like cause more anxiety within them. Like, I'm sure they already have enough. I'm sure they have a ton of regret. There's no need to do that, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking terrible. Not something that I would recommend, but yeah, I don't know. I wanted to bring it up. Like I said, I didn't want to bring that to light. That's why I'm not mentioning the details, but I can't stand that type of grift with them. You know what I mean?
And also, like, it could be important to point out that, you know, it's another example that we shouldn't trust the government for the next time, because there is going to be a next time. It might not be with another jab, but there is going to be another compliance test probably soon, but probably before the next election. So it is important to like have these like instances that you can actually point to, where it's like, look what happened to this person because he got the jab, because he trusted the government. Look what happened to him. But you don't have to do it within 30 minutes of it getting reported. Remember, like a couple of days ago, they said the family is preparing for the worst with Jamie Foxx, and the family came out and said, no, he's fine. Like, we're good.
Yeah,
I remember that. Everybody's doing the same shit.
Yep, and that's the thing. So it's, I don't know, it's wild, it's crazy. I think they should, especially if you are someone of like Candace Owens, where you have millions of followers, right? Like millions of followers. Maybe you should make sure that you're verifying anything.
Yes.
If you know, like if I know like we report on stuff too, like news articles and everything, but I can't verify that the news article is accurate. Like with the Bud Light sales, right? I just read off a news article, and they're using it based off of data and statistics that they looked up. I don't know, but I'm also not talking about somebody's personal health and trying to make money off of their, you know, maybe possible timely demise. So yeah,
I'm saying, dude, the derangement syndrome is strong on both sides.
Both sides. Yep. And that's why I try to just say, keep your head level. You know, just don't follow people blindly at all, ever. Think for yourself, look into crazy things, or look into things yourself. Don't assume the best or the worst from anybody, because that's when you get let down.
Yeah, the right has a huge problem with that, dude. With Elon, with like Joe Rogan, and I think Joe Rogan's a good dude. I like Joe Rogan a lot, but it's just so hilarious to me how every time Joe Rogan says something that aligns with the right, they're like, "Yes, we have somebody else on our side with a big platform," and they hitch their wagons to him. And then he says something like, "Oh, the Bud Light boycott's silly," and everybody has meltdowns. It's like, dude, just stop doing this. The same thing with Elon. They're like, "Yes, Elon likes freedom of speech and he owns Twitter," and then he censors what is a woman and everybody has meltdowns. It's like, stop. Like, when are you going to learn?
Yeah, it's like you gotta just start thinking for yourself and using your brain.
Nobody's gonna save you, man.
No, exact. That's another thing, and that brings up a very good point. Like I said, I mentioned this earlier. A backyard farmer started a channel. Here's the link to it.
He's living my dream, dude. That's what I want to do. I want to have a farm.
Yeah, and well, he does a great channel. He's got great videos showing you how you can do stuff in your backyard, whether you're in an apartment building, a home, you have just a small backyard, whatever, where you can do chickens or anything, because sustainability is key moving forward. It doesn't really matter if you look at what's going on, pay attention, pricing with, you know, inflation, everything. So check out his channel, subscribe. He's put out some good content. Like I said, I don't know if you saw his setup that he posted. Dude, he's got some good stuff.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, like really good content. He sounds great, especially for someone brand new to the game. He's making good videos.
Yeah.
So
I was actually shocked. It was good.
Yeah. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's got what the hell is that called? TikTok too. It's on the links on his YouTube channel. Go check him out, subscribe, check and watch his content. Really good stuff, and a great guy at that. And also too, if you're here for some reason and you are not subscribed to Justin, I don't know why you're here anyway.
Stop acting like I'm famous or something, dude.
But well, there's a lot of people in my chat are here from your channel, from me being on your channel. So but yeah, go subscribe to Justin. He covers a lot of this stuff, way more. He does a lot more videos than I do, and especially covering the culture news and culture war kind of stuff. What do you got going on, man? What's new with you? Are you going to start streaming again? I know you've been busy, but
I don't know, dude. I've been super sick the last few days, and this dog is a demon. It's bad, dude. Like, I can't do anything. I turn my head for 1 second, I already know that something's getting torn up, like, instantly. So yeah. I don't know. I want to start streaming again. It's just about, am I gonna sacrifice my only time away from this demon to stream, or do I want to just chill for a little while and like watch some YouTube or watch a movie or something? I don't know. I would love to start streaming again. I'm definitely gonna start, trying to post 2 videos a day at least.
Yes, Candies. Justin's got a puppy now.
For
and
now.
For now, yeah. But he's got a puppy, so that's why he's been kind of tied up on things. Yeah, just keep her right.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm using the correct.
Yeah, please don't misgender my dog, please.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to upset anybody. Make sure get her toys, bones, things to chew on. It does get easy. Yeah, as she says, it gets easier.
The only thing is, no matter what toy I give the dog, no toy is more entertaining than my other 10-year-old dog who absolutely hates the puppy's guts. You want my puppy shaken? You can have her. You can have her. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of hope she runs away.
No, you can't do that.
Nah, I never hated and loved something so much at the same time before.
It does suck having the older dog, just because obviously they don't get along, and a lot of older dogs too. Like my previous dog, the older she got, the worse she got with like new things. She got anxiety was through the roof, right? She didn't want to do anything. So I completely understand that, but it is what it is. She'll eventually get used to it, I think. Or what it is the younger one will eventually start to slow down and just start to not be as crazy as what it is. You ought to think of getting, like I said, for I told you the older
CBD.
one. Yeah. Have you tried those yet?
The thing is, the older one just chills. Like she just like lays on the couch and just kind of chills there. And then all of a sudden the young one will come like full speed, like slamming up into the couch and trying to like paw at her and stuff. So it's not the old one that I need to chill out. It's the young one.
Well, you can give those to the young one too, but it's more so like if she starts getting anxiety and stuff, you can give her one and it'll keep her calm. So even when the young one starts to lose her shit and run around like a maniac, the other one will still just try to, she won't be on edge as bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, yeah, just so you guys know, for any of you channel members out there, I know June is Pride Month, but it's also they call it Kaijun month, like kaiju. Justin. Yeah. So I am doing a lot of my live streams for the members and some member videos. I'm going to be doing old school and even maybe some newer ones, movies like King Kong, Godzilla movies, stuff like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you like talking about good movies from back in the day, or even making fun of the old ones, like I said, my live stream this coming Sunday is King Kong 1976. Justin, you would laugh your fucking ass off if you watch this movie, dude. I love it because it's nostalgic to the past and everything, but it's hilarious, dude. It's so bad. It's funny. Like, it's hilarious. If you have Paramount Plus, you could watch it. There's nothing scary about it. It's fucking King Kong throwing things. But it's funny, dude. There's so many hilarious scenes in it. But so I'm going to revisit that movie. Like I said, I want to talk about the older Godzilla movies and some of that other stuff. I did a comic book unboxing video earlier. Probably the funniest video that I was able to put together in a long time. That's where I can kind of get away from the clown world stuff and just be stupid and enjoy it and make fun of things. So for anyone who's a member, you can check it out or become a member. And it's a fun time. Our streams are fun. And like I said, I plan on doing some other things. Justin, that series that I was working on, or that I'm working on, the Amazing or Overrated, I'm going to have you on for some specific movies too.
Okay.
I know you want to be on, or you talked about being on some of them. So maybe like we can talk about episode 3, Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay.
So is that Amazing or Overrated? Or I don't know if you care about even like Endgame or Infinity War or anything like that.
Those would actually be interesting because I think my opinion probably changed over the years of those.
Yeah. And like I said, that's some things like, for example, King Kong 76. I loved that movie as a kid. Loved it. I remember it. I just recently rewatched it. I'm like, holy shit, this is a bad movie.
Oh, bro. I had that experience with damn, what was that movie? Chronicle. I remember thinking Chronicle was so cool and so good. Like when I first saw it, I think it came out in 2012. Yeah. Dude, going back and watching that, the effects are so bad, man.
You're just like, why do I like this movie? You know what I mean? But that's the beauty of it, right? Like You love it. You love to hate it. Some of them, like I said, go back to, and I want to go over not even just movies that were massive box office hits, but just massive, like culturally, like people that they
Yeah.
love these movies. Like, are they really good though? Or is it just they're loved because they have this cultural phenomenon? And again, my friend, Backyard Farmer, for $10, dude. Hey, I appreciate you guys are killing it. Keep it going. Hey, I appreciate you. Like I said, go give this guy a follow on YouTube. Check out his stuff. He's got a great channel. And for being a member and supporting the channel, sharing our stuff as always, dude. I can't be thankful enough.
Yeah,
But
thank you, bro.
for the beer money as always.
Give me a hell yeah. I said, give me a hell yeah.
So thank you again, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. And that will not be for Bud Light, by the way. Anything else you got coming up besides just normal everyday videos? Anything planned or just kind of going with the flow right now?
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my head above water right now, dude. It's tough. But I was gonna ask, how do you feel about Pacific Rim, the first movie?
Oh, that's going to be one of them that I have on my list that I want to do a live stream on. I really enjoy that movie. I thought
I like it too, dude. I like it a lot.
That's a fun movie. Maybe if you want to talk about it, if you're available on a day that I do the live stream, or I can plan it around, you can jump on and we can talk about the movie, because that is such a fun, cool kaiju movie. I mean, robots, monsters, like you can't go wrong. I thought the cast was great.
Dude, it's so good, man.
It
love
is.
the cast. What's that guy's name? It's like Charlie Day or something like that.
Oh yeah, Charlie Day is the scientist.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Charlie Day is hilarious. Have you ever watched him on It's Always Sunny?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where I know him from.
Man.
Yep. He's such a funny dude. He's a good actor. He's just naturally funny. Then you have Idris Elba, what's his name?
Oh yeah, Idris Elba.
Yep, he's in there. He's phenomenal. And then the main guy, he's from that biker show, right? The main character, the blonde-headed guy.
Can't think of his name.
Yeah, I'm horrible with names anyway. You guys know this by now. Let's see.
I'm usually pretty good with names, but I can't think of this guy's name.
Oh, let's see here. And I didn't see. Wasn't there a sequel?
Yeah, I saw. It wasn't as good.
Charlie
Hunnam. Yeah, from
Charlie Hunnam.
Or Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. That's it. Yeah, he was really good in that too, I thought. The whole premise of the movie was great. Like it was fantastic. I didn't see. I mean, I really like.
The second one is it has Finn, John Boyega, and he's Idris Elba's son, I think. I remember, and they were like they were like paired up in one of the what they call Jaegers. Yeah.
Did you see it? Is it decent?
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. I enjoy it. I also recognize that it's objectively not that good.
Yeah.
But I just like the first one so much. And I like the world that they built, that I thought it was pretty cool.
Huh. I will have to check that out for sure.
Actually, I'm interested to see what it's rated. Let me see.
On Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, it got a 5.6 on IMDb and a 42 on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, not too good. But
I think they came out with an anime, I thought.
Did they? Oh, dude, there's a movie called Atlantic Rim.
Yes, have you not seen that?
No.
Oh, it's a
9%.
Oh, dude, it's terrible. That's a movie. Like I told you, like for the members, I want to do watch parties of really bad movies and just shit all over them. That's definitely one that I would do. It is an abomination of a movie. It's laughably bad.
Wait, it came out the same year as Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah. And
wait, was it like planned?
I don't know.
If it a parody or something?
I mean, it was definitely like, it was not a parody. It was just, it's a very like almost the same movie, but
what? They had to have planned that. Then there's no way they can film that.
They probably heard about it and then just called it Atlantic Rim. Well, Atlantic Rim came out. Oh, Pacific Uprising is 2018. Got it. Yeah, I never saw the sequel.
Let's see. Atlantic Rim was June 24th, and let's see when Pacific Rim was.
It had to have come out after
July 12th. So Pacific Rim came out after.
A
month, almost a month after. Atlantic Rim only had a $500,000 budget.
Oh my god! I'm telling you, man. I seen it. It's freaking terrible.
That's hilarious, dude. It's
Yeah,
literally the same synopsis.
Oh, I mean, it's almost an identical movie, but it's absolutely atrocious. Man, I really thought that there was there you go, anime. I'm pretty sure there's an
No, I
anime.
think I actually did hear about that before.
Oh, it's a TV series. Pacific Rim the Black. It's on YouTube or it's on Netflix. Season 1.
Do they have an English dub is the question, because I am not reading subtitles.
Yeah, it's all in English.
Okay.
Interesting. I don't know what it's season 1 was unbelievably good. I cannot wait. So there's 2 seasons. Maybe I'll have to check it out. I don't know. There you go. Now we found something to do. And then remember, we also have what's it called? The other cartoon movie or show coming out soon.
Invincible.
That we're definitely gonna have.
Who knows when soon is, but hopefully. It feels like it's been coming out soon for like 2 years now.
Let's see if there's any news on it while we're here. I know your voice is probably like burning right now.
Yeah, my throat's gonna get mad at me after.
The second season is set to premiere sometime in late 2023. All right, we got time still. I would imagine probably like November.
Yeah,
that's stuff.
Well, I mean, at least they're taking their time with it. Hopefully, it'll be worth the wait.
True. Yeah. At least they're not rushing it. If it's rushing, it's garbage.
Definitely seems like an Amazon Prime type thing to do, to just hurry up and get the second one out before the hype dies. Kind of feels like they did that with The Boys a little bit. They just hurried up and shoved something out there, and then they also did the thing where they started dropping 3 episodes and then dropping them week by week.
That's what they did with Invincible. Remember, they dropped the 3 and then week to week. And I really hope that they do 1 episode each. You know, like I don't think I want 3. I want to enjoy it, because if they drop 3, I'm gonna burn through them real quick, and I'm gonna be like, ugh, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's a show that I kind of want to, just enjoy. Invincible.
Honestly, I didn't mind the weekly model too much back when I used to talk about that on YouTube, because then like every episode we could get on stream and like talk about it, like predict the future and stuff. But now, like, I don't even talk about that with anybody, so I'm just gonna be bored for a week.
Well, that's the thing. You can always just jump on here and we can.
Yeah, for Invincible, like me and you can talk about it, but I'm talking like for just like in general, these shows that I have to wait a week in between. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. That's the positive about it if you're talking about it on stream, because it does give you content to discuss and break down or whatever, versus when you do like a whole season, you miss so much stuff. Like, have you? Well, no, you wouldn't watch this because it's kind of like horror-esque. There's a show I'm working on doing the whole season review for.
Isn't that the one that Yeti keeps telling us to watch?
Yeah, and it was good. The first episode was really good. It's definitely like leaves you on like it's kind of like, as people have explained it, because I haven't seen Lost, but it's very similar to Lost. They said, in the sense of,
I'd probably like that then.
Yeah, but it just has a horror element to it.
Oh, never mind.
So yeah, you won't like that. And it's I don't think it's really that scary, to be honest. But I know
what kind of horror is it? Like what is it? What is the horror theme? Like, is it monsters? Is it ghosts? Is it like?
Well, you kind of don't know. Like, it's definitely a monsters, but there's other things too. I don't want to spoil anything. Like, as the show goes on, you're just like, what the fuck was that, and why is that there? And then the ending. Like, I only was seen season 1, and you just kind of just like, okay. And now I want to watch season 2. I'm not paying for MGM to do that. So once they all get released, I'll do the free trial, burn through them all, and then do a review of it. But it was good. It's just hard to, like, it wasn't as great as Yeti says. It was good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best thing on TV, like he claims.
Well, dude, there's always like, I know that there's like The Last Kingdom. Like, I know, like, objectively, it's not the best show of all time, but in my mind, like, that is my favorite. And that is the best show that's ever been made. Like, objectively, I know Breaking Bad is better. Like, I understand. I've never seen The Sopranos start to finish, but
Sopranos is amazing.
Yeah, it's probably better than The Last Kingdom. I would guess objectively, but The Last Kingdom will always, it's just right up my alley, you know. And I'm sure that From show is probably just right up Yeti's alley.
Yeah, and I admit it's a really good show. There's some elements in there, the acting, you're like, or like, why is that happening? Like stupid decisions by the characters, but that's any show. You could do that. But it is good, and I agree with you in that sense. Like, there's a lot of movies and TV shows that I absolutely love, but objectively, are there shows better than that? Yeah, of course there are. And current shows are garbage, Yeti. So yeah, considering From is probably one of the best current shows out there. That's not saying much though, unfortunately. Like you said,
just wait for that Office remake, man. I can't wait.
Oh God, and, and Backyard Farmer brought that up too. I don't know any sequel. They're potentially going to make a sequel to the original, the remake of The Thing, John Carpenter's. I know you haven't seen it because it's horror, but dear God, that's the worst idea in the world. Don't just leave it alone. It's perfect the way it is. There doesn't need to be a sequel. It's great how it ends. Kind of the unknown. Kind of you have your own little interpretation maybe of what happens, but even Flaccid said about animation usually takes longer, but From was good. I liked it, but it's like I said, right now I'm doing a whole season review of that, and then Resident Alien's another one. I don't know if you would enjoy Resident Alien. It's all right. It's Alan Tudyk, I think is how you say his last name.
Oh yeah, I think I saw my dad watching that the other day.
Yeah, like he crash lands and he's pretending to be a doctor. He's like in disguise. Yeah. It's okay. It's something to have on. It's enjoyable. It wasn't crazy bad or anything. You know what I mean? Like there's a couple cringe moments in that show so far. It's like this little girl said, "Are you just intimidated by strong women? And if so, you do it." And it's like, why? But it's not enough to like ruin the show for me completely. But it's okay. I still need to watch and finish Last Kingdom though. Like
please do it. Like I promise you, it will be worth your time. I promise. It's so good.
Yeah, Yeti says the second season is the worst. It goes big on Girl Boss, talking about Resident Alien. So, see what I mean? Like that's usually, but I definitely like Last Kingdom. Definitely have to watch that. I'm trying to manage now time where I sit down and say like, okay, I'm gonna read because I want to read more books. I have a lot of books and even like comics that I want to read, and I don't ever have time to do it. So now I'm like, I'm forcing myself. Okay, at least an hour or more. You got to read this for a little bit, and then you got to watch this. So, but I do want to do The Last Kingdom because I want to do a review. You can actually, if you want, once I watch the whole show, and then I'll do the review. Is it a movie? How it ends?
Yeah, I never watched it though.
What?
Dude.
What do you mean you haven't watched it?
I have a mental issue. I can't finish it, dude. I don't want it to end.
Dude, you gotta watch it. What do you mean?
It can't end, dude. It's like I know. I need to watch it.
I get it, but yeah, you gotta watch it, man. Because what if it's a shit ending?
I think that's what I'm scared of. Because I know that there's like a gay sex scene in it with two men, and one of them's a king, and there's no way that Christian kings were. I mean, I guess there definitely is a way because they do that in modern times. But
yeah, I mean,
but I think that it wasn't like that wasn't recorded in history at any time. But the show has, as far as I could tell, no wokeness in it from start to finish, unless I missed something. But I've watched the show like 4 times now, and haven't picked up on any of it.
You know what's worse, I think, and maybe anyone in the chat can let me know or your opinion of this. Regarding like a show Game of Thrones, that would be a great series to do amazing or overrated, because I think that show was absolutely amazing. I loved Game of Thrones up until they fucked it up big time. And what's worse is I think now how like if they go wokeness, it's expected. When a show gets destroyed just because of horrible writing, I think that's worse. I think that is a worse element of destroying something that you love just because they rushed it and it's just terrible writing. I think wokeness is like expected at this point. It's like, oh, yep, there it is. There's the queen.
Yeah.
There's the woman who's going to save the day. But when it's just like have this great expectation of really good writing over and over and over, and it just keeps getting better and better, and then all of a sudden it just hits rock bottom, and you're like, what happened? What?
Yeah.
It's just such a letdown. So yeah, and that's the thing, right? So first 4 seasons, I agree with you. Absolutely amazing. 5 and 6, good. 7, 8, utter trash. So does that make the series? Is it still an amazing series, or is it now overrated and trash because of the last 2? Right. So
I don't think it's. There's no way you can't have 7 and 8 being trash. I've never seen it.
no, I agree with you.
Yeah, I
Like
would say no.
you can't call a show amazing because 60% of it was amazing. It has to be completely just start to finish, like not perfection, but really fucking good.
The thing about Last Kingdom is the ending of the show was absolutely perfect. Like, there's literally never been a more perfect ending to any show that I've seen. Maybe Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad. It's a very similar ending to Breaking Bad. That's no spoilers, okay, at all. That zero. There's no spoilers there. But so to see the movie after really scares me because it could really ruin a perfect ending. Like, in my mind, there's no way that could have gone any better.
Have you seen Better Call Saul?
I haven't. Not start to finish. I've seen like the first few episodes. But...
I'm up to the last season. I'm a couple episodes in, and that I think Better Call Saul has honestly been a little bit better than Breaking Bad. It's
Really?
not well. Breaking Bad has so many of the shock factors. Like, what the fuck? Like, remember when what's his name hits the people with the car and completely just annihilates them. It's like in the middle of the street.
Oh yeah. Was it
like
Gus?
those? Yeah, I think so. It was
I mean, there's 2 separate times. There's one where Walt hits people with the car.
Walt does it. Where Walt comes out of nowhere and just nails them with the car. Like those type of scenes are not really in Better Call Saul, but I think the writing overall is really good in Better Call Saul. I don't know how it ends, so I'm like, I heard the ending was kind of so
I think it's just I think the writing is great in Breaking Bad. Like it's really good, especially rewatching because there's little hints of things happening here and there. But like the cast and the characters are so good, man. Like Hank's character and Hank's casting, so perfect. Obviously, Walt's was great. Jesse's was probably the best in the show though. Like his actor and his character probably the best. Like it probably made Breaking Bad what it is.
Did you see El Camino? Because I still haven't watched that yet.
It's good.
It's good.
Really good.
Yeah,
it has what's his name? The redhead. Todd. Remember Todd from Breaking Bad? He came in the later seasons. He was in Like Mike. He was like the bully in Like Mike. He was in Black Mirror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was like that assassin guy.
Yeah, but he's fat nowadays and old, so they have him in El Camino, but they have to like cover his stomach with like props. Like they'll do like the camera angles where they cover his stomach up and stuff.
Yeah.
But, other than that, I mean, it's a great movie. I like it.
Yeah. Junior says
it's good because they didn't do too much. It was like a good epilogue. Like it's a great epilogue. Like they did the proper amount. They didn't try to make like a whole new mind-blowing ending. It was just like, here's what happened afterwards.
See, that sounds good. I'm gonna definitely have to watch. But see, I feel like since I haven't seen Breaking Bad in so long, I should just rewatch it all.
Yeah, it's an easy rewatch, dude.
It is. You could burn through those because I feel like those episodes were so. I mean, I don't know, man. That's such a good show. It really was.
It's like, dude, like they always had like mid-season finales.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine. Like this is kind of off topic, but I can't imagine watching that show as it aired and having like a mid-season finale and waiting like 6 months to watch the next half of the season. Like, oh my God.
I was just gonna say, do you remember when television used to be like events when they would? It was awesome, dude. You'd sit down. I remember like same thing with The Sopranos. You'd watch an episode of The Sopranos, you'd be like, what the fuck? And then you got to wait a week and everybody talked about it. The newspapers, like, oh my God, what's going to happen with Tony?
Yeah.
And then the next week comes. That doesn't even exist anymore.
Well, I think they did it with Yellowstone, but I don't know if that was just like the premiere or if that was every episode.
Yeah, I guess they still kind of do that now because now that
nobody really like watches it like that. Like I think it probably gets uploaded on the streaming service like as it ends. So they're probably just gonna wait and watch on the streaming service.
Yeah, because back then there really was no like you watched it or you missed it.
Yeah.
So everyone
I
had to
actually
watch it at
discovered
the
when
same time.
DVRs came out and you could record TV and rewind TV. Everybody's like, "Holy shit, dude!"
Yeah, like,
It's
oh, I could
wild.
watch. Don't tell me about it. Don't tell me I gotta go home and watch it. And you fucking ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
But
Dude, Yeti brings up the Walking Dead. That's another one that would probably be good for that series that you're doing.
yeah, because that was started out so well. Like I loved seasons 1 through whenever they get to the prison.
Yeah.
But once Shane was dead, spoilers. Then I was pissed because I love John Bernthal. He's a great actor.
So good.
He's one of my favorite. And he just carried that show so well. And they even said, I remember in the comic, because what's his name, Robert Kirkman, didn't know that the comic was going to last long. He just anticipated it was going to be a short run and then die. He had to wrap up that story arc with Rick and the wife and all that. So that's why he did that so soon. Otherwise, he wanted to keep Shane alive for a very long time. So that's what sucks about it.
That show could have been great, but I think even if they keep Shane alive, they still would have ruined the show with how long it went. Like,
oh yeah,
it just went too long, man. It could have been 5 seasons, keep Shane alive for 4, have one season 5 without Shane, then you end it. It would have been great.
The ending should have been like the face off between those two, and then done. Yeah, I think anything past, it's very rare that a show goes past like 5 or 6 seasons and stays good. I think that's like anything beyond that, you start running out of, because even Breaking Bad, I felt a little bit kind of got a little repetitive. Like it kind of repeated itself a little bit in the sense of like, oh, they're in danger, and not crazy like with some other shows, but it was still.
I never felt like that with Breaking Bad. There's similar themes where it's like, all right, we lost whatever, a supplier, or we lost our lab. Now we got to go find a new one. But I feel like what keeps it alive is like there's so much different
angles.
It's like different. I don't know what you call it, but the characters are interacting differently at the time. So like one time they'll be looking for a new lab, and Jesse and Walt are like best friends, like they're new partners, like they can't wait to take on the world. And then the next one, it's like, all right, we just killed Gus. Sorry, spoilers. We just killed Gus, and also me and Jesse hate each other, so I need a new partner, and I need a new lab, and I need a new supply. And it's like, so it is definitely, it's a meth show, so there are gonna be repetitive themes in there.
It's crazy how you like Walt's character, and then by the end you kind of hate him. Like,
oh yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Like that whole same thing with like, and it's kind of the opposite with, I feel like, The Sopranos, because it's like you're supposed to hate the guy because of how horrible he is, but you love him, and you don't really want to. You know what I mean? Like it's really weird.
Yeah. With Walt, I just hate him, bro. I just hate him.
Yeah, I hated it. Like the stuff. I feel so bad for Jesse's character.
I know,
like, oh
dude.
my god. And I don't even know. Like I said, I didn't see El Camino, so I don't know how it wraps up. But Boardwalk Empire. If you've never seen Boardwalk Empire, I definitely recommend that. It's like a gangsters. It's HBO gangster, like 1920s, like Prohibition time. I know it's. It was like the end of World War One, because one of the guys on there is a couple of them are veterans from World War One. Dude, John Buscemi, is that his name? John?
Yeah, Buscemi.
Yeah, he's like the star leading. Dude, it's such a good show. You would definitely enjoy it.
Yeah.
What's his name in there from? He's a maniac. He played Zod in Superman. Zack Snyder Superman. Actor. Michael Shannon.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's a maniac in that too. I think he's a cop, but he's so good in that movie or in that show. That one, and then The Wire. The Wire is so dated now because of, but it's such a good show.
I've seen a lot of The Wire, not the whole thing.
Yeah, it's hard to watch because I tried to rewatch it now, but like they're using beepers and shit, and it's like, what the hell? It's like, it's almost like ancient technology now.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we've been going a little bit over 2 hours. I know your voice is you probably hate me right now for your voice.
Nah.
But,
just dreading going back to this dog.
Oh, yeah. Well, just stick with it, man. She'll be all right.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming on. And like I said, for all you out there that watched, I greatly appreciate it. For you members that are there, like I said, Sunday, 12 p.m., I'll be doing my live review of King Kong 1976. Solid remake or a complete disaster. Go if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a funny movie. Like it's good, it's funny, and we can talk about it on Sunday. But thank you all again for hanging out with us, talking as always, supporting the channel, being members, being subscribers. We appreciate it. And until next week, catch you later.
Later.